It's Christmas and it's time for dinner and it's the Boar's Head Feast.
It's Christmas and it's time for dinner. It's the Boarhead's Feast.
That is actually a traditional Christmas dinner, a boar's head. We are going to instead just use pork tenderloin. 3 teaspoons of olive oil. We're going to use some butter, and that's a tablespoon. Wonderful pork tenderloin, really a delicious cut of meat. They come usually 2 or 3 in a package. There is a little bit of fat here on there. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to slice it off. I'm not going to cry about it. We're just going to use it. First up, Dijon mustard. We want 1/3 of a cup. We have here just a little bit more because we're going to use that in a bit. So I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons out and set that aside. Next, rosemary, chopped rosemary. And that is sort of reminiscent of a Christmas tree. We have 4 tablespoons here. We're going to put 2 in our rub. Now, salt, dark pepper. Sort of roll that around, let them get there. We're going to mix up mustard and rosemary. Another thing about the boar's head actually is that mustard was one of the accompaniments. That's why I've chosen to make a rub of mustard and rosemary for this dish. It is lovely. The mustard and rosemary together are going to blend, and we're going to saute them quickly and then take them to the oven. And while they're roasting, we're going to make a sauce with more rosemary and some shallots and some Marsala wine and some cream. Wash first. Now I'm going to bring up the heat. I've got my tongs. We've got our pork, oil and butter bath. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Ooh, look at the food is always trying to get away, like it doesn't know its purpose. Let's scrape that on there. We're going to sear them all around. Then we're going to put them in a baking dish, pop them in the oven, and make an amazing sauce for them. So hold on just a moment. Okay, this pork is ready to flip. Give this a toss. Ooh, look, nice little sear there. Nice little sear there. And what's happening is we are creating a fond in the bottom of the pan that we're going to turn into a sauce with deglazing. Just a quick little something that we've done before. Take some of that and braise it over the part that's already exposed. Nice, nice, very, very nice. One more flip of the pork. Lovely. There it is. And lovely. We are now at the point for the baking. Let's trade this out. Take our lovely, lovely pork loin. Put it in your baking dish. You can even use a little bit of this from the pan. Not all of it. You want to keep some for your sauce. Drizzle it over. And now we're ready for the oven. 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that is, for 20 minutes. And then we're going to flip them and go 20 more minutes. The pork is cooking, baking in the oven. And to that, we're going to add our remaining butter. Just let that sort of melt in there and start moving the fond around. Shallot, about 2 big ones minced. I can feel that fond moving around. We have the remainder of our rosemary, and that's 2 tablespoons. A little bit more mustard, about 2 teaspoons, about 1 2/3 cup. Our Marsala wine, and sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. This is going to really help us scrape out the bottom of this skillet. I always tilt the pan just so I can get every last bit of flavor. 1 2/3 cup of heavy cream. Oh my, my, my. Your reducing should take maybe 5 minutes. It could take a little bit longer, but continue scraping the bottom of your skillet. I can still feel stuff there. We're boiling. That is the key to any reduction. You know, the boar's head in times long ago was an actual boar's head roasted, but sometimes it was a pastry, a cake actually, and sometimes the pastry chef would hollow out that cake of the boar's head and fill it with ice cream. What an amazing talent. Our pork tenderloins are done. They are roasted, they are browned, they are delicious, I assure you. Grab a plate. Let's take our... Oh, see, oh. Is that the same one that tried to get away earlier? He's giving me props. We'll slice a few lovely rounds. Look, pink, beautiful, fully cooked. Pork sometimes gets a bad rap about cooking time and cooking temperature. Check with whatever size roast or chops you have for the temperature that you need to cook the pork to. So slice your rounds into about 1/2 inch size and just drizzle it over. This is really, really a lovely, creamy, tangy Marsala. I think before I carve up the rest of it, I am going to have a taste. I'm gonna sop up that sauce. Ooh. That is fantastic. Old times, you'd have the boar's head, you'd festoon it with ribbons and glacéed fruit. Nope, no ribbons and glacéed fruit here. Just our sauce and our wonderfully prepared medallions of pork loin. Pork tenderloin is a substitute for boar's head for Christmas dinner or any dinner on Sunday night.
If you like this episode of Sunday Dinner, click to subscribe to our channel. Look us up on Instagram for behind-the-scenes pictures and more at Jean's Sunday Dinner.